Hello, collective. It's your girl, Michelle from Starlight Skies Tarot. Today, I am being led by, in honor and celebration of the full moon phase. Today, we are in the beginning stage. It's at 99% full. Tomorrow will be 100%. Of course, it'll wane on the third day. I always try to strive because the power of 3 always resonates heavy with me. So I utilize the 3 days of the full moon, and rituals and whatnot. 1, it makes me happy. 2, it really grounds me. And 3, it really helps me release and figure out what did work, on the seeds I planted in the new moon and what didn't work, and I released and learned something from it, right? And maybe if I'm lucky, I've accomplished 1 or 2 of those goals I've set for myself during that particular moon phase. So if you're interested in the services I give, everything is self-explanatory below in the description box. And so we're just going to kind of dive right in it. I've already grounded. I've asked for protection. And today I felt led to do a love read. So I'm asking Mother Jaguar to please protect this medicine space. And I'm calling upon the directions, north, south, east, and west, and the heart chakra, and the elements, fire, wind, water, and earth, to assist us in this read, and Mother Earth for her love and her support. So thank you, Spirit. So let's go ahead, and I felt led to do this deck. It's my moon deck. It's moon magic deck. So let me clear some of these other decks off of here. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Pardon me. Yeah, there we go. I need a bigger table, but you know what? I'm just happy to be rolling, guys. I'm learned to be grateful, and I just, I don't let things stop me. I just work with what I got till you can do better, right? But you know what? I'm kind of a fan of littler spaces, to be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe that's just a security thing on my end. So I'm going to be asking your ancestors to channel through here, Spirit and the ancestors. So what does the collective's ancestors, give us a feel for this moon phase? What does the collective need to know, work on, be in? What energy, what message would you like them to hear, ancestors? And I thank you so much for those returning and for those who are new. If you all would like to get to know me better, you can follow me on Facebook, and that link is also below in the descriptive box. So, Spirit, message, please. Sometimes it takes a minute or 2, guys, to get a message. So, patience. Maybe that's something too. Sometimes you have to be aware of all the senses, guys. Sight, sound, taste, feeling. It's not always just by sight. So sometimes getting a card could be a message. Maybe someone needs to learn to be a little more patient with themselves. Got one. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. Wax and give us 6. Yes, that's a really good card. Yeah. And, I think I recently got back into Abraham Hicks. I don't know if you're familiar with that entity, but it's really helped me learn to be on, sometimes we get stuck in the asking phase, asking, and then Spirit's like, okay, I want to give it to you, but then you don't open yourself up to receive. That's why a lot of times I'll pick a month and just work on that particular desire for that month. It might be abundance. It might be health. It might be love and relationships, family ties, something like that. And I'll really hone in on that energy. And I, you know, a lot of times that's what and then I'll leave it alone. You know, I won't go back and pick it back up. I've done my so-seeing, and then I just move into the receptive phase. And then the next month I just pick up a new thing and do the same thing. Because sometimes we can block ourselves by not allowing spirit to bring it to us, because, you know, what that's sending on a vibrational level is that you don't really trust. You don't really trust spirit, your ancestors, whatever deity, entity that you deem a higher power and that you gravitate towards. So, yeah, can we get another, please? I'd like to stay in the number 3. Like I said, I really think 3 is powerful, especially around the moon phase, the full moon phase. Full moons are really about completion, about celebration. It's also about releasing, like I said, that you've worked on all week, all month, and maybe it just didn't come to fruition, but then you can learn from it. Maybe you can lower the bar a little bit, or you can break it down into steps. I know for myself, I am doing an 8-week program for health, but she's really like an energetic weight release, health coach, which, and that's what I'm working on. She really goes into the subconscious with it as well. And a lot of times we get overwhelmed and we freeze and our anxiety kicks in, and then we end up doing nothing, and then we feel guilty and feel horrible. So, you know, I encourage, you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm just breaking it down, and I'm just doing her morning routine right now. And that's just the diet part. And of course I walk with my son, but the whole thing is just break it down to smaller steps and then build on it. At least you're doing something in the right direction, right? I seek truth and act upon my realizations. Yeah, inspired action. You know, we all want, but, you know, you got to meet spirit. You got to meet him in the halfway mark, right? You do your part, spirit will do his. One more, please. Or her. Like I said, I'm not going to get hung up on religion, guys. It's whatever, what's truth to you, right? I believe everyone has their own truth, and I respect that. Oh, wow, that one just came flying out. So let me grab it, guys. I have the power. It is real. Yeah, you do. And we're going to, and that's the full moon card. So that's confirmation for somebody. You do have the power. We all have the power. It is all within us. We just have to really wrap our minds around that. You know, it's our humanity that really wants to limit source energy. We want to box it in. And really, we probably don't even have a fraction of understanding of what goes on in the spiritual realm. We do have some gifted people that give us insight, different you know, spiritual leaders, and Gaia is a good place to search for that. But even there, you know, I still believe there's a fraction of what's even is based on that. So, yeah. So I think everybody brings something to the table. So if you're open-minded, you know, you're going to learn something. If you're not, well, that's kind of on you too. These cards are my Shadows and Light deck. This one's kind of new, so I brought my guidebook just to read a couple of them. They're bigger cards, guys. So I'm gonna do them like, I don't know if y'all familiar. You probably are if you're doing tarot. Doreen Virtue, she would always do her cards like this. So, you know, that's how I first got into tarot. I first stumbled on her, and she's turned, you know, she went to Christianity, and I'm not bashing her at all. To each their own. But I am grateful for her. I do have a couple of her books, and I'm a huge fan of crystals, and the woman was just phenomenal. She had a gift in that area. I mean, she really made some great tarot cards. In fact, I've got one of her decks right here, the Angel Love Messages cards. So, you know, and she's really, she used to shoot from her farm. And, you know, guys, I forgot where she lived. Was it Hawaii that she lived? But they had, her and her husband had like an animal farm. So every time she would do her tarot readings, it was always out in this beautiful field surrounded by these animals. And she's just got such a gentle soul to her. But I'm, you know, sad to see she stepped away. But, you know, everyone's got to do what they got to do. So, you know, I respect that, like I said. All right. This one came out, guys. Aloha Healing. Amara, the Menahun. Isn't that pretty? She looks really sad, doesn't she? I'm just seeing what's going on behind her. There's the number 19. If that might mean anything. Those are beautiful purple. Purples usually talks about the third eye or the crown chakra. And that's about your higher connection to your ancestors and spirit. So let's give a quick look. And I'm not going to keep this read long today, guys. This is just a collective love read. And so I've got a busy day. But I did want to jump in and do something in honor of the full moon. So let me go ahead and jump to this real quick here. Let me find it in my book, because I'm sure my son's going to come in here and want help. And, you know, I have to have balance, right? I mean, I love the tarot, but I have to, I run a homeschool for him, a day program. So I balance a lot of things, but I do, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm good at what I do. The message. Okay, she represents the spirit of the tropics. She's warm, sensual, and sweet. Laden with gifts for you. She eats fruits and flowers and dances and sings the songs of her ancestors. So if you noticed, I asked for the ancestors to come through in this collective read. So this is a message. She is laughter, fresh flowing water, hope, and warmth. She is at home in the world outside, in nature filled with the sound of dolphins. Maybe some of you's favorite spirit animal is a dolphin. The music of waterfalls. I know my son's a huge fan of waterfalls. The song of the warm breeze. When she comes to you, she tells you to slow down and relax. Take your time and smell the frangpanis. There is no rush when Amara comes into your world. She knows that while you feel rushed, you are not eating right, not digesting properly, nor connecting deeply, nor sleeping well, nor feeling full. You barely notice the beauty of nature. So it is the time to treat yourself to some relaxation when she comes to visit. Embrace the Aloha spirit. So it's time for you to get out of this guilt trip that you have when you do. Some of you feel guilty for wanting to spend time on yourself, and you know, you're probably like me, got a lot on your plate, too much on your plate, but that's just the cards that life dealt you. So Spirit's just reminding you to, you know, everyone's got 5 minutes to do some breath work. Maybe you can find a 5-minute meditation. Maybe you can just take a bubble bath, or maybe a hot shower, or, you know, something to where you can slow down. I highly recommend breath work, because the breath work really works on the sympathetic nerve, and that's just slows it slows the body down, and it's a calm, it actually produces the endorphins needed to calm down. So I definitely can encourage just incorporating, you know, in fact, we made our schedule today, and we're going to try to incorporate at least 5 minutes of yoga and 5 minutes of meditation before we go to bed. Because it is true, you know, I do get overwhelmed myself. So I'm learning how to do it alongside with you guys on that. All right, I don't have much more time. I was going to do 2 more cards, but I don't think I need to. I think that's a powerful message in itself. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to get some messages from your person. Now, this is going to be for people in conflict, or maybe not necessarily conflict. Maybe you're with an on and off. You're on and off a lot. And right now you're not speaking to them. You guys aren't talking. So we're going to kind of get a message with that, okay? So let's go ahead and start. And I'm just going to pull 3 of these guys. I'm just short on time today, and I do apologize. Pardon me. So could we please get a message for the collective from their person? Now, guys, take what resonates and what does not. Just leave on the table for the rest of the tribe. Obviously, it's a collective. It's not going to fit. Just take the pieces that do. So could we please get a message for their person, please? Message, Spirit. Get a message for my collective. And guys, really work on raising your vibration. Be the person you want to attract. That's the best way I can do it. But also don't be a doormat. Because I see a lot of coaches, and I bought into it too. I'll have to talk to you about some good coaches I found that really go, I'm a person that's got to know why. The why. It's not good enough to say, well, he's not showing up for you, so move on to the next one. Well, maybe I can learn something here. Maybe it's something about me I attracted. Maybe it's something I need to set better boundaries and be clear. Or maybe he's playing head games with me. So I found a coach that I trust on that. So I'll have to help you guys out. All right. We got karmic. This person is a karmic energy. You're in separation right now. Spirit, could I get another message, please? For the collective. What does the collective need to know? This is a message for their person. What does your person want to say to you? Yeah, you guys are, you guys got some soul ties going. It's a karmic connection. So that's definitely our karmic. Sometimes this is how we pay our karmic back. You know, it could be coming in from a past life. It could be on their end. Sometimes what I'm learning, guys, sometimes it's not always about us. Sometimes you are the karma. Them losing you is their karmic lesson, and you are the karmic lesson for them. Sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with what you've done or attracted. Sometimes that is just you. Spirit is just using you, unfortunately, in this situation to be somebody's karmic lesson. So be open to that possibility too. Only you will know if that resonates in your situation. And I'm going to ask Spirit, your person, the energy to come through and please give you the final message they want to say to you. Okay. We got new love. You have a new love coming in. So, unfortunately, sometimes, I really feel you really care about this person. You really loved them. You really tried hard to make it fit, and you felt it on a soul level. But unfortunately, sometimes people aren't ready. Sometimes they have their own lessons to learn. Sometimes it's just that. It's just a lesson. It's just something that you can learn to grow from. Maybe it's something they needed to grow from. But Spirit's saying you need to close the door on it. It was just that. Maybe you guys have been trying for a while, and I'm sensing there's just been some poor communication. Honestly, I don't think either one of you are ready for each other. So Spirit is just asking you to learn your lesson in it. And be open to new love, guys. That's all I got for today, guys. I have to run. Be blessed. And as always, Be kind to yourself and others. And mwah, till next time, guys. Bye.